Hey everybody, Joy here. It is Thursday already. Thursday, can you believe it? I've lost track of the date. It's the 20th. I think it's the 20th. I do. I think it's August 20th. That means tomorrow is my little sister Judy's birthday. But, let's just say, but. Anyway, if by some super miracle she happened to watch this video, happy birthday, Judy. Cheers. Cheers with some real caffeine this morning. It is Donut Shop Coconut? Donut Shop Coconut Mocha, I think. And when my grandson was here helping us move and unload the trailer and stuff with his broken shoulder, of all things, Jerry with the bad back, him with the broken shoulder, but what a mess. Anyway, when he was here, this is the kind of coffee that he drank, and he bought some, and so he would make it, and I would just, I would just smell it. It was so awesome of a smell, and I wouldn't let myself drink it at first because I thought, oh, it's caffeine, I better not drink it, but he accidentally left some here, and so I accidentally drank some, and then I accidentally ordered a whole box of it, and so, hey, here we go. Okay, so here is my latest make, if any of you are interested. I know you're always interested in what I make. This is something really different. I have never shown you one of this company's patterns before. I have made one a long time ago, and every time I wear it, you guys say, oh my gosh, I love that top, what's the pattern, blah, blah, blah. But I haven't worn it since I used to work. And I haven't made any other of her patterns until I made this one. I have to get my new pattern, what do we call it? My new counter book number 2. I have counter book number 1 and counter book number 2. Did y'all notice the other day, none of you even mentioned, you don't even have a section for dresses in there. Well, that's because I had to have another book because I had too many papers. So now I have the dresses, and I think I put them in the first one. But what I've done in this book is I've put my indie patterns. Now, indie patterns, I actually want to keep by company name. Not really their company name, insofar as I don't make a separate one for J. Lee and a separate one for Ellie and Mac and a separate one for Christine Jonson. I just made a section called Indie. Indie PDFs. Indie PDFs. There's no pattern cover for them because they're PDFs and you copy them yourselves, right? So I went online and I tried to find pictures of somebody wearing the garment, and then I took a picture of the picture. So my thing with indie patterns is I have a whole bunch of them, but I have no idea in the world what they are because they're in the computer somewhere. And I had so many computers. I had a computer at both of my works. I had a computer at both of my homes. I have laptops. I have desktops. I have business ones, personal ones. And so, yes, I'm sure I saved them somewhere, but who knows where. And there's my phone, but we'll ignore that for now. So let me look in here and play like I'm looking for this pattern, okay? Let me see, what pattern is this? Oh, it's not here. Oh, my goodness. It isn't even in here. So evidently I haven't found a picture of this one yet. Evidently, yesterday, my brain was working differently than it is today. I need more caffeine. On this lady's patterns, I put pictures under tops. Then I will also put pictures under the indie PDFs, okay? So for my PDFs, I'll put pictures under what they are and then also under the indie tab. So I can go to the indie tab and I can look it up and see, oh, and I'll put all of the Jaylees together, all of the Ellie and Macs together, just, you know, in their little plastic sheet holders. I'm not going to label them all. And then I can see, already have that, already have that, already have that, already have that. Because you pay for them, you know, and you pay more than commercial patterns. So anyway, you need to know what ones you've already paid for. I don't know how many times I've bought them, 2 and 3 times. And then the company will say, hey, dingbat, you already bought this before. And I'm so happy they do that. In fact, Ellie and Mac was so sweet the other day. They had one and said, look here, just today, this super deal today, only $1 for this pattern. pattern, and I looked at the pattern. It was really cute, and I thought, okay, I'll buy that for $1. So I bought it, and turned out I already had it. Now, in that case, they did not tell me, hey, dingbat, you already ordered this before. But when I went to put it in the folder on the computer with the others, I found it was already there. So I emailed the lady. I said, oh my gosh, I just found out I've already ordered this before. She said, hey, pick any other pattern you want and I'll send that to you. And she did. And the other patterns weren't $1. They were, you know, normal price or more. And she just gave me one for free. So that was super, super sweet. I think the lady's name is Lindsay over there at Ellie and Mac. That's a brand new one that I'm trying. If I have just 1 or 2 patterns and they're just odd ducks that I bought at a quilt shop or a fabric store or a, what other kind of stores are there? There's only Joann's anymore. But there still is. There's this really big quilt shop in Oklahoma City called Oklahoma Quilt Works. And they have a huge, huge wall like this one, and there's just a zillion patterns hanging from it. Sewing patterns and quilting patterns. And so I may have picked some up, you know, like that. Like I have some purses and some totes and, you know, just odd duck stuff. So if it's odd duck stuff, I just put it under tops, dresses, crafts, whatever. But if it's a company like Jaylee and I own 10 of their patterns, then I'm going to put them in the indie section and in the section of what they are. So, information none of you care about or need to know. So why did I even tell you? Oh, because I wanted to tell you this. This that I'm wearing, notice it's a cowl, a high cowl. It has a finished neck in the back. And it's a high cowl in the front, and it comes with a long sleeve, but I shorten it because I like 3/4 sleeves. They don't have pattern envelopes, but if you go to the website for Christine Jonson, Jonson, you can see pictures of people wearing the garments, or you can see the garment on a mannequin, something like that. So I saw this, and I thought, you know, I really do love cowls. And I like the fact that this one was a high cowl because I thought you wouldn't get into all the, you know, some of them go like this across your bust, and I don't like that. So I thought, well, if it was high up here, and I had made that one other Christine Jonson years ago. So I tried it. So guess what adjustments are in this? Guess what adjustments? Somebody want to guess? Yeah, you over there in the pink top and the striped jacket. What are the adjustments I put in this? Round back, sway back. Full bust adjustment? No, no, you are so wrong. You are so wrong. I put none. 0. 0. No FBA, no sway back, no round back. I didn't even shorten the shoulder. And look how good it fits. Now, the thing about it is, it didn't really fit. You see I have wings? See my wings on the side? Do y'all remember when we did the Fit Nice system? And one of the styles that my friend Judy Kessinger did was one where you added, where is what I added? Where you added a triangle to the side of the pattern. Well, I had this all sewn up, just straight seams down the side, and it fit me like a 10-pound sausage in a 5-pound casing. It was not a good look. It fit me fine to here, but then it just got tighter, tighter, tighter on the way down, and if you look at all the pictures on the website, they actually are quite fitted. And I had it all made up, and I was going to throw it away. And then I remembered Judy's triangle thing. So I got the fabric out of the trash, and I cut triangles, and I sewed them to the side. And now I love it. I love it. It loosened it all up. It made it hang nice. It made it not grab me and suck on me. And I really like it. So let me show you what pattern it is. Here it is. Here it is. Did I find it? No, that's the first pattern that I made. I'll show you the first one I made. Joy, you're a little confused today. No, I'm actually confused every day. Okay, so this is the first pattern I made years ago, and I made this one right here. It's very unusual how that's put together. And it's lots of fun. And I didn't do any adjustments to it either, but if I make it again, I'm going to take a tuck in this neckline, if I can figure out how. So that's the first one I made. And I think I've only got 2 of her patterns. Now let me see. That goes in there. So let me show you this one. Let me show you this one. Let me show you this one if I can ever find it. What the heck, Joy? Why are you so unorganized? God, if anybody knew. Here it is. Now, here's the one that I'm wearing. And they didn't have much of a picture of it, like I said. So I did not get a good color picture. But this is the drawing of it. So you can see it comes in 2 lengths. And it's a high cowl with a finished back neck and long sleeves. So this is what I have on, but you know, theirs does not have the triangles on the side, but mine does. So that is a good way to fix something if it comes out too tight. I'm so excited that I learned that from Judy Kessinger. And then the one other thing I don't like is that if it flips a certain way, you can like see the back side of it, but you know, I don't think anybody's going to care or noticing it, or I'll just be going around all day long straightening it out. I don't know. And I just hemmed it. I just hemmed it the whole way around. See? See how, you can see how I added that triangle thing in there. See? And then I just hemmed it. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So, this is called the Cowl Neck Tunic. Cowl Neck Tunic. Christine Jonson. If you'll just Google Christine Jonson, that'll show you what her website is. And then you can go there if you're interested. This is an insert. An insert. Can you tell what I've done to my top? If you all read what I wrote, I'm sure you can. I'm going to do one other thing to it. One other thing. But I didn't want to take the time to do it for this video. So, I think it looks a whole lot better and makes me look a lot thinner with just one airplane wing, okay? Tell me what you guys think. And remember, this is Christine Jonson, Cowl Neck Tunic, and I didn't have to do a single adjustment to it other than add more width. Yeah, nice pattern. You might want to try it. End of insert. This is insert number 2. 2 inserts in one video. I didn't think I'd get this done in time to show you, but I want to tell you what I did. You know how I have the airplane wing on the side, and you know how it turns funny when you're walking and wearing it, and you can see the white inside. Here's the fabric I made it of, and the inside of it's white. And so when it would flip around, you could see the white part, and I didn't like that. So you want to see what I did? I put a piece of material in here with steam-a-seam. I put it underneath the hem before I sewed the hem in, and so now when it flips, and of course it won't flip if I try to make it flip. Maybe it will. Yeah, there, see? So it's flipped. Yeah, it's flipped. And if you don't get right up next to it, let me see, where are you flipped at? It's so good, I can't even tell you guys where it's flipped anymore. See, like right there. And you can see the hem and everything, but from a distance, if the hem flips backwards, it will be black on the inside and not white, and so it won't show as much. Plus it gives it a little more body, and it kind of just stays flat now by itself. So that may be a joy tip that nobody ever heard of before. I learned it from no one but my own lightning fast brain. All right, end of this insert. I'll show you the PDF pattern. Here's the PDF pattern. And you can see it came way in here at first, and that's the large. No, that's the medium. I made the medium because you know I need the small up here. And then I even came out a little bit down here. You can see where the orange dashes are. I came out down there to add for my hip, and it still was too tight. So my next pattern will be this with the triangle added on. So then there'll just be one seam on the side and no seam sewing it down there. Okay? The front, the back. See? Now you can tell how I'm wearing it, how I did it. Now, the next thing is, The neckline. The neckline is really tricky. I had to do it 2 or 3 times before I got it right. This dot right here, why are there 2 dots? Ignore the little dot. This big dot is the dot that you have to pay attention to, and then you have to cut to the dot, but the instructions are very poor. She even has a video on it, but you can't see it. So I had to figure it out for myself. So if any of you decide you want to make this, and you need more information on dot duty, let me know. Let me know. All right, what else do I want to tell you? You want to know about the shower? Those that don't want to hear any more about the tile, just turn me off, go away, go someplace else, because I'm going to tell you about the shower. Oh, how many weeks have gone by since we let the tile man go? 2 at least, maybe 3. We have talked to 4 other tile people. Every single one of them has fixed issues caused by the first tile man that we used. They were shocked that the contractor is even still using him, because he actually has screwed up bathrooms for that contractor before, and these tile people have had to go and fix them. So I feel like we were just used to make some instant money or something. It was very disheartening. But anyway, the 4th tile man said, hey, I'll come Saturday, which was going to be in 2 days. He came last week. He said, I've got to take my daughter to college. I'll be back next Saturday and I'll finish this. So I got a phone call yesterday. Jerry said, guess who called me a while ago? I said, President Trump. He said, no, that new tile man. His name is Cody, I think. And he apologized and said that the job that he's on has suddenly moved into fast forward, and they have to work every weekend until it's done. It's a great big huge house. So he promised he would come. He promised he would finish it, but he has no idea when he can get here. So I told Jerry this morning, we've had that, they have plastic that comes in big rolls, big wide rolls, and you unroll it and you can stick it on your carpet. It has like temporary sticky stuff. And we've had that on our carpet now since March. And I told Jerry, I said, please, please, can we take this plastic off our carpet and take the drop cloths off the dresser and just play like our shower is done, even though it isn't. So that's what we did this morning. So praise the Lord anyway. Something good is going to come from this. I promise you. You wait and see. Some of you have said, when are you going to get back to quilting? Well, you know that I'm trying to get a wood floor up here. And they're going to have to rip out the carpet and put in the wood floor, and they didn't have enough of the wood floor, so we can only put the wood floor on part of that room in there. And the man said, oh, it'll be here in a couple days. Well, here we go again. It's been 2 weeks and the wood's not in yet. Of course, you know, with this COVID thing, everything is different. Everything is different. Probably in the past it would have been there in a couple days. But he said, I said to him, I need to finish moving into this room. I need to bring machines in here, and I need to bring other things in here, and I need to set this room up. He said, well, don't bring anything in here because we're going to have to move it all to do the floor. So I've just left stuff. It's hanging all over my long arm. It's in boxes, not the boxes it came in, but in boxes that say, hey, organize me, okay? All over my bed in there. There's that fabric all over the bed, but I can't do anything until the floor goes in. So that's had me kind of on hold and not able to really use my long arm or start a new quilt project or finish an old quilt project because I have to take everything off of there and find a place to put it, and I'm not in the mood. When I get in the mood, here's the plan. Remember I told you something special is going to happen. Something special still is going to happen, having to do with quilting and software. With a good friend I have in California. And I can't tell you about that yet. But before then, I am going to quilt that Winter Village quilt and bind it. And then get everything all cleaned up, and the floor will be done, and the new carpet will be done, and everything in here will be put away, and it will be nice and roomy and comfortable to work in, instead of just, you know, something every place that has to be put away later. So I don't know how long that's going to take, but I will get back to quilting, I promise. It's just going to take time. Do y'all remember me telling you about Marta Alto's DVD? It's sitting here. I don't know if I ever showed you the actual DVD cover because I don't think I could find it when I first told you about it. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But for those of you who have discovered full bust adjustments and palmar and plush, and some of you have actually used the FBA that I taught you, and you've sent me pictures of what you made, I am so super proud and excited. I really am, because you guys are just going to be able to make all kinds of things now that you know how to fix it so it fits. But anyway, this is the cover of her DVD. Pretty easy to find with the bust right there staring at you. And I think I did show this to you. And you go to www.palmerplush without the end. See right here? Palmer Plush without the end in it. And there's a whole bunch of DVDs there, you guys. I have others too, but I just don't have them here to show them to you. But if you're really into fitting, I love the Palmer Plush, where you fix the paper pattern and try it on first. And it gets rid of so many issues right out of the box, right out of the envelope. I hope you like my new blouse. It's very warm. I'm getting ready to take it off. This will be for fall or winter. And I will wear it with black slacks. But see here? See how I did no sway back in this? And it's fine. No sway back, no round back. And I think it's because this has a lot of vertical stretch. I think the vertical stretch makes up for you needing more fabric in your upper back and less fabric in here. I think. So, where did I get this fabric? Probably Fabric Mart Fabrics, and probably 6 or 8 months ago. I don't think it's a very new purchase. And Fabric Mart Fabrics goes through fabric in days. And so I'm sure they don't have it anymore. But that's where this came from. And it's just a knit. It's an ITY knit, maybe brushed. It feels like one of those brushed ones. And it has stretch both ways. I wanted to tell you about Micheline Makes. Hi, Micheline. Love you. Micheline lives in England. And she has a YouTube channel called Micheline Makes. I'd write it down, but there's, let me see, let me write it on here. Let me play teacher. Let's play teacher. This is how you spell Micheline Makes. Micheline Makes. YouTube. That's it right there. Micheline Makes YouTube. My friend Viv told me about her a long time ago. And so she's gotten really, really good with the camera and with making her videos. She's got some stuff I don't have that does fun things with her videos. I know Jen's got some stuff too. I'm going to have to get up to date one of these days and figure out how you get that fun stuff to make your videos with. But anyway, Micheline is doing something she calls 5 in 7. And so it shows her in different outfits, it shows her grandkids, it shows her husband, it shows her home, it shows when she's driving someplace, and I just love it when she shows when she goes someplace there, because it's England. And I've never been to England. And it's like being there with her, sitting next to her in the car. She just does lots of fun stuff like that. She's very, very talented. She sews beautifully. So anyway, I was watching her 5 in 7 yesterday. And she's making some kind of the mask. You know, everybody's making masks now. I have not made any yet. I haven't cared for any yet. I've been wearing the paper ones that Jerry and I already had a big box of. But I don't like them. I cannot breathe in them. And you'll usually see me in the store with mine hanging from one ear because I just can't breathe. So she has some little pieces of metal, kind of like this big. She does engraving. I don't know if her husband does, but I know she does engraving for people. That was her business. And she has little pieces of this really thin metal, and she cuts it into strips, and then she puts it in the mask to put over your nose. And I thought, oh my gosh, I want to do that, I want to do that. And then she makes a mask that she could pull down over her chin, and then it had a tuck under here, and so it stayed. Now when I wear the paper mask, they ride up, and they go right up over my eyeballs. So they have such a little head. And they ride up, and I'll go in there. And I'll have my mask like this, and it goes up, 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 and I'll yank it down, and it'll go up, 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 and I'll yank it down. And so finally I just hang it from one ear. I know. So anyway, if you're interested in that, she is letting people buy the metal from her for just paying the freight. And she said she would cut it in strips and send it to you. So now she'll probably get 10,000 orders. Sorry, Micheline. So anyway, Jerry said he just got an email from her. She has this thing called Coffee, where you can buy a cup of coffee. I'm sure you guys have seen that. I think Karina has it, and I think Whitney has it, and now Micheline has it. And she said, if you'll just buy me a coffee, I think it cost me $4, that will pay for the postage, and I'll send you some of these metal strips. So I went over there and I bought her a coffee, and I paid for it with PayPal. Well, anytime I pay with PayPal, it gives everybody my husband's email. So she sent an email and said, who the heck are you, and what do you want, where do you live? And so it went to Jerry. And he said, who's Micheline Makes and why do they want her address? So I had him forward it to my email. So I'm getting ready to go over there and tell Micheline, hey, it's me. Send me some of those little strips. Okay? So that's all I can think of today. It's almost time for me to go down and fix our Thursday lunch, which I'm sure is going to be so super unexciting. I think we're going to have leftover chicken noodle soup from yesterday. Boring. Well, I don't know. Maybe Jerry will be in the mood to go somewhere and he can take me to town for a hamburger or something. We actually have a really good hamburger joint in this town, y'all. It's called the Country Kitchen. I call it the Greasy Spoon. And Jerry always said, you're going to hurt their feelings calling it the Greasy Spoon. And I don't know why I call it that. I just do. But it's really called the Country Kitchen. And they have really, really, really good hamburgers. And they have really good plate lunches, you know, where you can order a meat and a potato and a salad and a vegetable and a roll. And they have that every day. So I like to go to town for that. It's kind of fun. And it's right across the street from our former store. And I keep thinking I'm going to go in there and see if any of our employees still work there. I don't know. Kind of bittersweet. The new company has made so many changes to our business. So many changes to the store, so many changes to the business. The driver ran into the garage door and the new company's never fixed it. And I'm afraid if I go there, I'm just going to get all kinds of unhappy feelings. Although I would love to see the employees, but it's hard to see somebody take your life's work and turn it into something else. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings on that. All right, my friends, I'm going to let you go. I'm sorry I didn't have a whole lot to talk about, but I'll probably be back soon to talk about something else that's not that exciting either. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the week and a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye for now.